But when you look at this realistically, what's the possibility of you coming face to face with either a terrorist or an active shooter or just somebody who's melting down?
But when you look at this realistically, what's the possibility of you coming face to face with either a terrorist or an active shooter or just somebody who's melting down? Yeah, so he says it really fast. However, I was really surprised. You guys did a very good job catching almost all of it. But when you look at this realistically, so let's first of all just break this into two pieces. But when you, so he's using a glottal stop back here. But when, maybe even a ghost T, kind of just disappearing. That's possible too. But it's got to be, it's got that but, even though we don't necessarily stop the sound, it's got to be quick. You can't say no, but when you. It's got to be really fast. Go right to the when. Make sure your lips come together for that W. But when you. Now let's come here. Look at this realistically. Look at this. Okay, so don't worry about the short A. You don't have to say look at. Don't do that. It's almost kind of a schwa. Look at this. Get that TH. I want to hear that TH. Realistically. But when you look at this realistically, that was fast. That was difficult. But when you look at this realistically, what's the possibility? Now here again, we've got that S. S is a strong sound. It can knock out the T. It can knock out the TH. What's the possibility? Yeah, my tongue is actually not going all the way to the TH. It should be, what's the, and you can see that, right? You can see the, what's the, but when we say it fast, the S is a strong sound, that TH can disappear. What's the possibility? What's the, and that's what he says. What's the possibility of you coming face to face? You don't have to, but use hyphens. What's the possibility of you coming face to face with either this killed a lot of people, with either a or a B or a C? Okay, that's what he's doing here, with either an A or a B or a C, with either, and it should be just two, but daily English, it's okay. With either a terrorist or an active shooter or just somebody who's melting down. Great job with this. Or just somebody, the T's gone. What's the, just some, same thing. Just somebody who's melting down. But when you look at this realistically, this situation realistically, what is the possibility, the chance of you coming face to face with either, doesn't matter. I tend to say either, I don't know what, I say both, and both are fine. What's the chance of you coming face to face with a terrorist? Low. Or an active shooter? Low. Or just somebody who's melting down. Oh my God, I'm going crazy. Where's my gun? I'm going to shoot everybody. What are the chances that you are actually going to meet a terrorist, a gunman, or a cuckoo guy? Very low. Probably not real likely. Those chances, that possibility is really low.
But when you look at this realistically, what's the possibility of you coming face to face with either a terrorist or an active shooter or just somebody who's melting down? But when you look at this realistically, what's the possibility of you coming face to face with either a terrorist or an active shooter or just somebody who's melting down?